While the majority of the competitive gaming world had its eyes on the MLG event in Columbus, the rest of the gamers focused on LA and the Electronic Entertainment Expo, or as most people like to call it, E3. D-Max sat down with the new PSP Vita and Kyle Schubel, EP of Sony PlayStation. He also gives us a preview of Gears of War 3 with Cliffy B. Finally, T-Squared gets a sneak peek of the new Halo CE Anniversary Edition and downloads it all to D-Max.
All right, I am here with Kyle Schubel, executive producer at Sony PlayStation. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Good to see you guys here.
Well, we're glad to be here. You seem very busy. What are you guys showcasing to us?
Well, I mean, we got our usual suspects of great games out there, but I think what you guys really want to hear about is the Vita, PlayStation Vita. It's the Latin root for life. And what we're really giving you is your life in your hand. It is the entire experience that you want. We've got multi-touch, beautiful OLED screen, very crisp, very great contrast. You get multiple fingers you can touch on there, front and back. So we've tossed the touch screen on the back of the thing.
Yeah.
So that touch screen now allows me to touch the back. So while I'm playing the game, I get in there and I can actually drag one side or the other to dodge. I can hold the right side of the screen, it becomes gas and brake in a driving game. You're gonna draw a circle on the back and your barbarian will spin and do a crazy spinning attack. You've got the front, back camera, front touch, back touch, the full 6-axis gyro, and what good's all that if you can't go online? I mean, we're Major League Gaming, we gonna get out there.
Yeah.
You got Wi-Fi, you also have the 3G model, which that one's gonna be perpetually on, always connected. It's gonna know where your friends are, what's going on, GPS. You're gonna be playing, you're gonna use Near and see people around you that are playing games if they're open to that. Then you can friend them or join them. Right over here we have Wipeout, and it's doing crossplay, where we can actually have you playing on the PS3, me playing on the Vita in the same game versus each other. When I play that on my Vita, and I get to a point I'm like, oh wait, class has gotta start, I gotta go to work, I got a meeting, save. Toss it in my pocket, go home. Load up my PS3, load game, that game is cloud save up straight to the PS3.
How are we going to take this PS Vita, how are we going to bring it into the competitive world? How are we going to bring it into Major League Gaming's world?
Yeah. We'll have more and more games as we go forward that are going to come out that will have multiplayer and ways to actually integrate and get in there and really have an amazing competitive multiplayer gaming experience. But this platform has all of the basics that we need to make that happen. So you're going to start seeing more and more of these games as we go. Okay. So basically we're giving you the most ultimate gaming experience in your hands, all in one package.
Kyle, thank you so much for this interview, for your time. I cannot wait for the PS Vita. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is T-Squared. I'm at the Microsoft booth in E3 and I'm with Dan.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
Awesome, great. E3, man, it's exciting.
So I'm really excited because Halo is my game. I've played so much Halo that I don't even know the details of what's going on with Halo Anniversary and Halo 4. So can you tell me a little bit more about the multiplayer?
Well, yeah, we're actually using the Reach engine for multiplayer, and what that's going to let you do is get a new take on some of your maps, because we're talking about Damnation over the next couple of days. That changes completely when you're flying around in a jetpack, for example. So, great thing is if you've got Reach, you can go out, you can play it really easily, or you can go pick up Anniversary and get access to these maps. We're going to have 7 of some of our favorite classic maps, and one of those is going to be a firefight.
I'm assuming that it's going to be on a much larger scale since Sprint and Jetpack are included in Halo Reach. Is that how all the maps are? They're going to be on a little bit larger scale than you see in Halo 1?
Multiplayer, we had to change our approach a little bit because, as much as we didn't want to touch the campaign, as soon as you add jetpacks and things like that, you really change the dynamic of some of the places. So weapon placements are going to be a little different. We've had to expand a few areas, as you say. Sprint kind of changes things up a bit. So yeah, you're going to see some changes to it, but those are still going to be the maps you know and love.
Which map is your favorite from the old Halo?
It's got to be Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek?
I'm old school. I always enjoyed it. And I have to admit, I am somewhat biased. You probably saw a bit of that in the video, by how fantastic it looks. But Damnation looks stunning. It's funny, we were showing it to some guys yesterday, and you do the before and after, and people's jaws just drop. And how CA's done a tremendous job making these things look great. People are going to love them.
And last question, when are we going to expect Halo 4 and Halo Anniversary?
So Halo Anniversary is coming out November 15th, 10 years from the original launch.
Perfect, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks a lot. Good to see you.
All right, guys, I am here with the man himself, Cliff B. How you doing today?
We'll get you everywhere. I'm good, man.
You're here, you have a busy week. but what exactly are you doing? We already had the beta. We've kind of seen what the game is. What are you unveiling here at E3?
What we're really taking the wraps off at the show here is not only more of the campaign, but also Horde Mode 2.0. Horde was the mode that really defined Gears 2 for a lot of people, and it's back with a vengeance. We got bosses now, we got deployables, we have bonus objectives, we have cash money system in there. It's really, really deep. It's a ton of fun, and I think people are really digging it right now on the show floor.
I was loving it. I built my little barracks around me. I made sure I upgraded my turrets.
Yep.
Now, you have the campaign. We've talked about Horde. Let's talk about weapons for a little bit. Tell me, what's your favorite weapon in the game?
My favorite weapon's the one-shot. Just unleash hell from up on top of the hill, and I just love like taking people out in one hit and turning them into pink mist.
I actually played with the one-shot. Absolutely incredible weapon. We played with the Retro Lancer. A lot of the community felt that it was way too powerful.
Yep.
What are we doing for weapon balancing?
The issue with the Retro Lancer was the hip fire, actually. The fact of the matter is that you can just spray from the hip and down people at a, like kind of a medium distance.
Yeah.
So what we did was we tweaked it so that when you fire that thing from the hip, if you're not aiming, you're going to be looking at the ceiling in about a third of a second. That's just like rides right up. So you really have to actually aim with the gun now in order for it to be useful. There were some concerns about the sawed-off, and the truth of the matter is what we did, we took and added a big old emissive dot on the tip of the sawed-off, so if somebody's coming at you with it, you can really tell from like a mile away. The other thing is that we didn't change a lot of it, to be honest, because when we looked at the stats, we found that the Gnasher was still outweighing the sawed-off by a ratio of more than 4-to-1 in regards to kills. So it's really largely a perception issue with that weapon.
Dude, thank you so much for your time for the interview. I know you're a very busy man. We're big fans at Major League Gaming, so
I hope the game gets picked up in the circuit.
it probably will.